Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenore and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Libra. If Libra is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so Libra, our card tonight is the Hanged Man, which, you know, I think in popular culture, we look at this card, we think, oh no, something bad is happening here. But I am of the mind that getting the Hanged Man is a most blessed card because it means that it's time to sacrifice something. It's time to get something up out of our lives. It is time for us to figure out what is it that is not serving us any longer, and we are going to make the decision to end this now instead of waiting until we get the Death card or the Tower card and it's like our life is falling apart, right? There's some huge thing going on, we had no choice, it just it kind of dissolved. It went into a state of dissolution without us having the ability to do anything about it, right? The Hanged Man is like, yeah, I see that something's going on here. It's not for me. Yeah, I'm going to make the choice myself. I'm not going to wait until I'm forced, right? So I like the card. I see it and I say, heck yeah, let's do this. All right, let's see what these tea leaves have to say. Oh, and immediately I see we have two geese. It looks like they are in flight. We have this kind of migratory energy that is moving. So a shift in energies. Again, this is something that has been chosen, right? Chosen to get these, blockages kind of unblocked, going to the next thing, into the next chapter, beginning again in some way. Yeah, definitely a very welcome symbol. When we see the birds flying. It's like seeing the, when we see people riding on horses, which up here, look, horse, two people actually. So we have two people in movement making a decision to, change some aspect of life. So I wonder if this is something that has to do with like your domestic realm. It could be, maybe you are deciding to like quit your job. You've talked to your spouse or your significant other and you're both on the same page and it's like, okay, let's do this thing. Maybe it is that you are, thinking about moving or retiring or, I don't know, something though. And it feels like that you have the support that maybe you really need to kind of see this decision through, okay? I'm not saying, Libra, that you can't, get it done without somebody else helping you, or you need any kind of permission or anything. That's not the case. But I think, sometimes it's hard for you to kind of make these transitions in your life because you feel like maybe it's kind of selfish or self-involved or it's a lot and I don't know if I'm ready for that. But when you have somebody who really cares about you, who is there with you day in and day out, right? And they're telling you, yeah, this sounds like a good idea. This is, maybe the right thing. I'll be here with you, supporting you, cheering you on. Then it's much easier to get on that horse and get moving, right? And so between these two symbols, I know that you are ready to make this kind of sacrifice in your life. You are ready to kind of change the landscape, at least a little bit. And so, yeah, I'm interested to know, what is this? What is going on in your life that you are hoping to kind of, you know, work out or shift around or start something new, begin a new phase of things. Maybe it is going back to school, getting like a new kind of job, or, you know, like I said, retiring, or, you know, I don't know why I think it's so much in this work zone, but I think it has an energy like that to me. Okay. So we have a person who's holding a key right here. You can see, here's the head, here's the body, holding a key. We have, it looks like a bowl up here. Also a turtle up here. Okay. Above the head of the bowl. So those two symbols together tell me absolutely that there maybe is this like vacillation between wanting to go full on, you know, just getting in that real kind of elevated state of energy and consciousness and power, and wanting to go quickly, let's get it done, and, you know, fast, and that real kind of a wild bull, just, you know, charging. But then there's the turtle, right? The tortoise, the turtle, taking their time. Slowly, but steadily, right? And so, you know, I think that really this is an image of reminding self that, yeah, I got to temper, you know, my levels of energy and desire and excitement, because, yeah, you could put everything into it and get it going, and just fully like allow yourself to be in that like fiery, passionate place. But you have the chance of burning out, making kind of some mistakes, or, you know, just kind of, and that's the big thing. I think it's burning out on the thing. But this is something that you want to change about the core of your life, the foundational aspects of your living. So you have to take it slower than that, right? You need to think about it. You need to plan. Set goals for yourself. Meet those goals. Don't just make really lofty goals like, oh, when I have, you know, 200K in my bank, then that's when I'll think about maybe, you know, I don't know, moving or quitting my job or whatever. I don't know. That maybe you do have to have that much to quit your job. I don't know. But, you know, I think that it's like when we are making these changes in our life, it's kind and it's realistic to ourselves to set goals that are manageable and set goals that we can meet. I don't know about you. Maybe this is just me because I'm like kind of a real sensitive Virgo lady. Yeah, I like meeting my little goals because it makes me feel like I'm getting gold stars, right? I'm that kid that needs the like participation award. Absolutely. So meeting the little goals, it keeps your momentum going, right? It keeps you from thinking like, okay, this was like awesome, but now I'm already on to the next thing. It's whatever. You know, I put my all into it. It was great. And now I'm not as interested anymore. So I think that this one is about balancing and tempering self, which, listen, Libra, you excel at that. So not going to be hard for you. Now, what else did we have? I forget now. Oh, yes, we had this guy over here with the key. So we have the key. We also have kind of, it looks like looking over. And we have a person that looks like they're holding a scythe, almost kind of the Kronos figure or death, right? We also have a person kind of sitting beneath them. So I do feel like there is a sense of focusing on your mortality here. So maybe this is that you are kind of entering a new era of age. You might be getting into middle age. You might be getting into your golden years, you know, or maybe you're younger. I don't know how many younger people really watch these readings, but yeah, maybe you're, you know, becoming an adult, not like a young adult, a full adult. Okay, whatever age that might be, I don't know, 35, 50. So definitely thinking this over, thinking about it, thinking about life and what it means, and you know, the things that we do when we get into these really kind of existential headspaces. And I feel like it's not a bad thing to consider, right? We all need a little bit of indulgence in the death drive. You know, as Hillman said, or I think Freud probably, death is one of the biggest drivers, if not the biggest driver in our life. And that is the thing that motivates us, right? And so it's not something that we should avoid contemplating, but we should not dwell in it, right? To the point where we ruminate, or we become obsessive, or what have you. So now we have the key. And I feel that, you know, part of this, I immediately, as I was saying that, I just got this thought of, I think that there's a sense of like becoming more active in your life, okay? Really living your life where, you know, maybe when you were younger, and a lot of us were like this, we are self-conscious, we don't exactly feel always entitled to maybe doing, you know, the thing that we want to do, or you know, it maybe is out of our reach, it's too expensive, we don't have enough time, whatever it is. And then you get to an age, right, where you've been through some stuff. You've seen some stuff, you've been through some stuff. And you start to just realize that I don't really care what people think about what I'm doing. I don't really care. I don't mind it at all, actually. I was thinking of my mom, my mother. When I was a kid, she used to say, I don't give a flying rat's butt. And it's not exactly how she said it, but I always thought that was so funny. But yeah, you get to a point where it's like, I'm going to either do this, you know, or not. And I feel like I want to try this thing in my life. I don't care if I look silly. I don't care if people judge me. This is the time, right? And I feel like this is how we like begin to combat those kind of spirals we can get in, right? Especially when we're getting around our birthdays, we're getting older. I always forget. Am I turning 40 this year? No, next year. So yeah, I'm about to make one of those big leaps, right? And I know, you know, thankfully I've been telling people I'm 40 for like the last 5 years. So it doesn't feel that different because I literally forget how old I am. Like I'm somewhere between like 37 and 42. I don't know. But yeah, so I get it. But you know, you can't sink into it. You can't let it get you, right? Even the best of us that just really don't care about our aging or you know, it's an honor to get old in my book. I can't wait to be full crone mode. But yeah, you know, there are times where I'm like, my goodness, my life is going by so quickly. You know, I just can't, I don't even know where the time goes. I have no idea. And And you can, you know, you can sink into these sunken places, right? And start to really kind of lament and get into a miserable position thinking about it. What do? Get active. Start doing the things you wanted to do, you know? Take pride in your aging. You are an elder, you know? You have survived life, which is difficult. Even if you have the most privileged life, it is still a miracle that we exist for any given amount of time or at all, right? Do you know how many things, how many variables down to the molecular level have to kind of come together and happen for you to be a person who is manifest in a physical body that is continuing to support life, right? That is wild. It is wild when you really think about it. You're a miracle every moment of your day. And so, you know, we have to remind ourselves of these things, and we have to get in there. Start treating yourself to the life that you have always wanted. Okay? Now, does that mean, yeah, I'm telling you, you're going to get all the money in the world, you're going to be able to, you know, I don't know, go live on Mars and jet ski with like, what are Martian dolphins or something? They're like in like spacesuits. No, maybe not. Okay, if that's your dream, it's a cool one, but I'm not saying that you're gonna be able to do that necessarily. But yeah, go start doing the thing. Go join the acting class. Go do some improv. Go, you know, go spend some money to travel to a big city and see your favorite band, or, you know, whatever it is. Just do it. Do something, because that is what will get you out of that place. Okay? Don't get into a place of lamenting and worrying and thinking about all the wouldas and couldas and shouldas. No. What are you going to do? Right? There's so much. There's so much out there for us. So that's the thing. Go grab life. Okay, let's see. Over here we have, it looks like, I'm going to say it's a hawk. We have a hawk. We have the name, it looks like Leah. L-E-A. Leah. Maybe part of the name Leah anyways. We also have, it looks like a little house. We have another little house over here. So I wonder if this is like you live near family, or you live near your friends, or you're making friends, you have friends in your neighborhood. But I feel like quite literally where you live feels like you belong. I feel like you belong. And I feel like some things have maybe been revealed, because we have the hawk, right? The hawk is an airy, it's tied to the air element. And in my mind, this is my own interpretation, to the air element, not in like the swords. When it shows up, there is a sense of also solar energy because of Horus, right? And so then that is all about illumination. That's all about seeing things with clarity, without any kind of shadow, right? And that's not always easy. But I think in this case, it's like you look around, you're reevaluating. You know, you're going through this maybe, you know, rite of passage, and you take account, right? You're going to look around, you're going to see this is the life I've built. This is where I've chosen to live. These are the people that I, you know, share my life with, the people that I share my time with. And I feel like there is a belovedness here. It is a reminder of, you know, yeah, life is passing us by, but we're so lucky, right, that we have a life at all. But we're very, I mean, for real. But we're also very lucky that we've probably, likely chosen most of how we're living. Now, that doesn't mean it always works, right? Sometimes we choose a life or an aspect of our life, and it is a grand failure, you know, which can be, if it's hurtful and it feels awful to make the wrong decision. But it's also such a beautiful thing that we have the choice at all, okay? And so I look at this and I feel like you are in a solid place, right? As far as like where you're at, your relationship to quite literally the place you live in. And I'm thinking of the land around you, because it really does. I feel like it's like you love your neighborhood. You love maybe it's the trees and the animals, or you live in the city. There's a lot of cool things going on. You have cool neighbors. You know, whatever it is. I feel like you really do like it. And it is something to remind yourself, right? When you do get into these moments where you're like, you know, I'm feeling kind of sorry for myself because I'm going through this change in my life. It is good to look at all of our things that we should be grateful for. And this is one of the big ones, okay? If we find a place that we live and we feel comfortable there, it feels like home, we maybe even make some friends and we enjoy the environment and so on, it is such a blessing. You might overlook it. You might, you know, get so used to it you forget how lucky you are. But, you know, this is one of those moments where I think you're acutely aware. So let yourself remember so, okay? All right, so we're gonna do our self-care cards, and I'm gonna flip through and stop where it feels right. Flip it over, it says, Diamond Heart, I am worthy. My life is valuable beyond measure. I invite blessings to flow into my day. My diamond heart is deserving of all good things. My diamond heart is deserving of all good things. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you I love you, because I do, and I thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. And if you'd like to leave a comment, please do. Let's see. Oh yes, please do. I'd love to hear from you. Somebody is banging. Oh no. That's what it is. I was like, what is going on outside? Somebody's shooting. I was like, it sounds like somebody is like breaking boxes down or something in the living room upstairs. I can't tell what it was, but yeah, now I remember. It's shooting someone. And don't worry, I live in the country, right? Way out in this rural area. And that's what it is, you know, the neighbors out on the farms and stuff, you'll hear it. You'll hear people shooting and practicing and hunting and all kinds of stuff. So that's what that sounded. You might not hear it, but I was like, what is going on? Are they tearing down the house upstairs? So anyways, yes, if you want to leave a comment, please do. And what else? Oh yes, if you're new to the channel, definitely shout it out in the comments. All right, Libra, I'm going to go ahead again and tell you I love you, and we'll talk in just a few days from now. All right, good night.